Now that we've talked through supplies, let's get familiar with the parts of your machine and what they do. Before you serge, always check that your telescoping thread stand is fully extended. This puts your thread in the proper position to enter the tension discs. For Burnett machines, if you're setting up your machine for the first time, you need to put your spool holder on first and then attach your thread stand. Bernina machines come with the spool holder already attached. Next, you're going to plug in your power cord. You can place your foot control on the floor, and if it has a separate plug, go ahead and plug that in now. And you can turn your machine on. You can control your surging speed with the foot control. Push hard on it and you will go faster. Push lighter and you'll go slower. For models with smart foot control, when you kick back on your heel, your needles will stop up or down. Insert your freehand system into the front of your machine if you have one. This allows you to use your knee to raise and lower your presser foot while keeping your hands on your project. All models have a presser foot lifter for raising and lowering the presser foot. When the presser foot is raised, the tension discs are open. You want to make sure that the presser foot is up for threading so that the tension discs are open and the thread can get seated in between the tension discs in the proper place, and down for surging so that the tension discs are closed and putting the proper amount of pressure on the thread to form your stitches correctly. The 8 series machines have some additional lift space. You can raise the presser foot higher for bulkier fabrics. These models also allow the presser foot to swing out for easier threading. To swing it back in, simply lower the presser foot lever. To remove a presser foot, for all models, you'll push the button on the back of the shaft. To attach, position the presser foot and lower the shaft until it grabs onto the foot. You can adjust presser foot pressure to low, medium, and high. Increase the pressure for lighter or slippery fabrics and decrease the pressure for thick, bulky fabrics and knits. For machines with manual tension, you'll use your thread tension dials to adjust the tension settings. The default setting is 4, but you will adjust this depending on the stitch and the fabric you're using. A lower number creates looser tension, and a higher number creates tighter tension. For models with auto tension, when you lower the presser foot, the tensions are automatically set. Stitch length on your serger works just like it does on a sewing machine. The higher the number, the farther apart the stitches will be. The lower the number, the closer the stitches are. For general sewing, use 2.5. For a rolled hem, you can go all the way down to 0.8 to make your stitches nice and dense and close together. Below that, you'll find the differential feed knob. Your differential feed's neutral setting is 1. So what is differential feed? Your serger has 2 sets of feed dogs, one in front of the other, and differential feed controls the rate that they move. At 1, they're moving at the same rate. This is great for stable, sturdy fabric to get you a perfect flat seam. On stretchy fabric, that same setting is going to create a wavy seam. To combat this, adjust the differential feed to a higher number. This feeds the fabric in faster and compensates for the stretch and gives you a flat seam. The exact setting needed will depend on the stretchiness and weight of your knit. You can also use this feature to gather woven fabric. Just turn your differential feed as high as it will go and feed your woven fabric in. If you bring your differential feed setting down as low as it will go, it stretches the fabric out as you sew. This is used to create a wavy decorative edge. To summarize, generally, you will use 1 for wovens and 1.5 or 2 for knits, but you should always test the differential feed on your fabric before starting your project and adjust accordingly. Next, let's look at the rolled hem selection lever. When serging, overlocked stitches are formed around the stitch finger. When you move the selection lever to the rolled hem setting, it pulls the stitch finger back so that you can create rolled hems. Once you're done with rolled hems, make sure to move the stitch finger into place so you're ready for regular serging again. You'll find the micro thread control lever next to the rolled hem selection lever. It makes minor adjustments to the stitch finger placement to help with thread tension and is an easy way to perfect your stitch without adjusting your tension dials. Your cutting width dial moves the cutter right and left for wider or narrower cutting. The default setting is 6. You can open your looper cover by pulling to the right and lowering to the front. For the 850, 860, and 890 models, you'll open the threader cover to the front and then open the looper cover by pulling to the right and tilting forward. These models also come with a seam guide. To attach it, you simply squeeze the spring and slip it onto the knife cover. You can slide it to your desired position and then just squeeze the spring to take it off. For models that include it, your cutoff spin easily attaches to the front of the machine. If your machine has a tray table, you'll slide that along the grooves until it clicks into place. For models with a free arm, the free arm cover closes the opening around the free arm. On the L450 and 460 models, you can open the sewing table by swinging it to the left. This allows you access to the knife activating knob, which is how you can engage and disengage the upper knife. On other models, you'll simply pull the upper knife to the right and turn it toward you to disengage the blade. Now that we've walked through the different parts of the machine, you can turn your machine off and go ahead and unplug it, and you're ready to learn how to thread.